What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be testing high-end makeup versus cheap makeup. We're gonna do the same thing on both sides of my face and try to see if we can get them to look identical or see which one looks better. So if you want to see me trying out high-end versus cheap, keep on watching. Alright guys, so to start off, my right side of my face is going to be my drugstore or my cheap side, and the left side of my face is going to be high-end. So to start off, I'm going to be using my Baby Skin Primer by Maybelline. I don't have a high-end primer, so I'm just going to use this all over my face as a base. This cost me $6. I'm then going to go on my drugstore side, and I'm going to take my Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal in the shade 110. This foundation cost me $10. I'm going to be switching my brushes for each product that I use because I don't want to contaminate the drugstore versus the high-end products on any of my brushes. So for my first oval brush, I'm just going to take this and put it all over the face and blend it out. It does provide pretty good coverage. So I'm then going to take my Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream on my high-end side of my face in the shade Amber. This was $44, so I'm hoping that it proves to be better than my $10 foundation on my drugstore side. But I'm going to be taking a brush to buff this side out. And I am just going to be mixing it right in the middle where they meet so that the colors are too off. So already you can see that the Becca side did provide more coverage than the L'Oreal side, but the colors match really well, and other than that, they look pretty much the same. Next, I'm going to be taking on my drugstore side my Glamouflage Concealer by Hard Candy. This cost me $6, and it is very full coverage concealer. I'm just going to be taking my brush at first to put it underneath my eye and my chin and my nose, and then I will blend that out. For my high-end side, I'm of course going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which was a whopping $24, and put that in the same areas and then blend that all out. You can see the Tarte concealer is a little more yellow based than the Hard Candy concealer, and it does blend into the skin a lot easier. It just looks better, honestly. I'm then going to be taking for my cheap side the Airspun powder, which was $9. I'm going to be taking a brush and patting that all under my eye and over the rest of my face on the drugstore side. And then for my high-end side, I'm going to be taking the Ofra Cosmetics Banana Powder, which is $16 for the full version. I only have the little sample size because I got it in my Ipsy bag. I don't really know how I like the pressed powder version. I've used it with a beauty blender and with a brush, and it just doesn't provide the best coverage. But for my cheap side, I'm then going to take my L'Oreal True Match Blendable Powder in Nut Brown, and I'm going to use that to contour my face using my e.l.f. brush. I like this powder, however, it is just a little dark. I know that's like my fault for the shade, but it looks muddy on the skin. For my high-end side, I'm going to take my Power of Makeup palette, and I'm going to take the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm going to use that to contour my face. This palette in total was $56, and the L'Oreal True Blendable Powder was only $6.50. So I guess if you break that down, it's about like $11 for the bronzer. I am then On my drugstore side, gonna take again my L'Oreal True Match Powder Blush in the shade Sweet Ginger, and I'm gonna put that on my drugstore side. This was also $6.50. I do really like this blush. It is very easily blendable and it does look very natural on the skin. I'm then gonna take my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Genius, and I'm going to put that on the same places that I just put the other blush, on my opposite side of my face. This blush is very beautiful, as you can tell by my face. It was my first time using it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This blush was $28, by the way. I'm then going to take my Hard Candy highlight on my drugstore side, which is Tropic, that's the shade. And this was $9, and I'm going to use this to highlight my drugstore side of my face. It does give a nice glow. I'm then going to take my Laura Geller highlight in the shade Ballerina, which was $26, and highlight the high-end side of my face. I do realize that these are two different color highlighters, but this is the only high-end highlighter that I had. I think the $9 one, the Hard Candy one, shone a little brighter though. And then for my brows, for my drugstore side, going to take my ColourPop brow pencil in black and brown, which was only $6, and I'm going to do my brow on my drugstore side. I am then going to take my Kylie Jenner eyebrow pencil in the shade Dark Brown, which was $15, and I'm going to do my high-end side with it. And a little jam out session. Then we're going to move on to my eyes. So for my eyeshadow palette for my drugstore side, I'm going to be using my Pro Fusion Nude palette from Five Below. It was only $5. It was my first makeup palette ever, so I'm going to just take this and I'm going to dip into this cream shade right here, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. I'm then going to take my Too Faced Gingerbread Cookie palette, and I'm going to take the shade Ginger Cream from this palette, and I'm going to put that all over my high-end side of my lid. I'm going to be using a couple different palettes for the high-end side because not all the colors that were in my Five Below palette are in one palette that is in my high-end side. I'm then going to be taking this brown shade that is very, very worn down, and I'm going to be putting that in my crease. As you can see, I am dipping back in a lot to try to get some pigmentation out of this shadow. I'm then going to be taking my Nubian 2 palette from Juvia's Place and dip into Kenya, and I'm going to put that on my high-end side of my face in my crease. As you can see, one sweep and there is a lot more pigmentation. I also have a lot more control with this shadow, and it does blend out a lot nicer with the pigmentation still visible. I am then going to take this beautiful plum shimmery shade, and I'm going to put that all over the lid of my drugstore side. This took so long because I could not get the pigmentation I wanted. I went back in over and over and over again, and the pigmentation was just not there. But after a lot of patting and working it through, I finally got some color that I was content with. I'm then going to go back with that white shade and just blend everything out. going to go into my Nubia's 2 palette, and I'm going to take this dark purple shimmery shade here, and I'm going to put it on the lid. It did not take as many swipes to put that on my lid to make it slightly even more pigmented than the drugstore side, but they look almost identical. And then just going to take this brown nudie shade and I'm just going to blend out the outer edge. For eyeliner, I'm going to take the Kardashian Beauty Liner on my drugstore side, and I'm just going to use that to make a wing on my drugstore side. This liner cost me $10, and I couldn't find it anywhere in stores like recently to see if the price had changed any, but that's how much I bought it for, $10. It is very pigmented, and as soon as you put it on your skin, the color shows up. For my high-end side, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Precision Liner. This cost me $20, and I'm going to make a wing on my high-end side with this. This liner is very pigmented. I really like it. I find I don't have to put in as much effort just to make the color show and to just make it very beautiful. For my mascara, I'm then going to go on my drugstore side with my L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in the color black. This cost me $6, and I have a Holy Grail mascara for my drugstore, and for my high-end and for my drugstore is definitely this one. I think this is a definite dupe to the one I'm going to use on my high-end side. It gives the same amount of volume and color. And for my high-end side, I'm going to be using my Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. The only difference is I feel that my Too Faced one stays on better. It does give a little more length. The volume is pretty even. But even though this is waterproof, it is extremely easy to take off. But it does not run, and it does not bleed. It doesn't, crust all over my face. It's a great mascara. For my lips, for my drugstore side, I'm going to be taking my ColourPop liquid lipstick in the color Wink. It was $6, and this has a satin finish, so satin means it doesn't dry all the way down to matte, but it's not super glossy finish. It's somewhere in the middle, which I really like, because I like having moisture on my lips, but I don't want them super glossy all the time. And then for my high-end side, I'm going to be using my Tarteist Lip Paint in the shade FOMO. This cost me $20. And I like this because it is a matte liquid lipstick, however, it does not dry down all the way. It has a satin finish as well. And that is it for this tutorial. What do you guys think? Honestly, I think that the sides are pretty similar. There are subtle differences between the two, but honestly, I don't think you have to spend the extra buck to get the high-end side. I think you can achieve the same look with drugstore products. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you again next time. Bye!